What's up, everyone, from the showroom floor of Maxon, NAB 2019 for Mograph.com and iDesign.com. We're here with Barton Damer from Already Been Chewed. How are you, sir?
Hey, good. What's going on?
No, nothing. Just doing this. You just went a little bit ago.
Yes.
You were going over one of your newest spots, right?
Yes, covered. Hey, camera.
Yeah, it's all right.
Covered a New Balance spot that we created and showing off red shift and fields and how those worked together to create some relatively complicated animations, but very simple to pull off.
Yeah. I like the way you guys are doing it. I mean, it looks super complicated, but the way you're just explaining it is just like, all right, any one of us could do that,
Goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, right. So one thing I was talking about with the guys as we were watching your presentation, and this is something that I really think is awesome about you in particular, is that you are an artist just like all the rest of us. Now you run this really awesome studio, and you've got a bunch of really, really talented artists, but you're the one representing here, and you're the one showing this stuff off. And I think that's really cool that to have an owner of a studio still actually know all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to put it other than I like to know what we're doing. Initially the company was founded off of me being the founding artist and a freelancer. So I haven't given that up to just be a businessman. I'm still an artist. I still enjoy it. And I still look for opportunities to come up with techniques so that I can stay relevant.
Yeah. And I feel like that will really make a successful business, and that's probably why you guys have been so successful, is because if you've got like an owner or something like that who's very, just behind the curtain and stuff and trying to figure that out and then trying to portray ideas. I know when we came and worked for you, for like a month or something, you're like, no, do this. And it's like, oh, it's so nice to have someone who's art directing this who actually knows what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked for other places for 14 years before I went out on my own. And so I know exactly what it's like to have somebody who has no clue what you do tell you to do something. And it can be super frustrating. So I would like to think and hope that with my team or with future team members, it's a relief to know that the person you're working with and working for has either done it or understands a level of it and is currently still doing it. So
this is like your, 800th NAB?
I believe this is number 8.
Number 8, all right, there we go. Just divide that by 10, right? And ABC has grown a lot over the past 8, 10. How many years is it now?
We're 9 years old and we have 9 employees. So it's a slow, organic growth.
So next year you'll have 10, and after that you'll have 11, right?
No, we're going to cap this thing out eventually.
We're going to have to buy a whole new studio.
I'm not trying to build a beast.
So it's a small team, it's 9 people now,
yes.
But you guys are producing work that is totally on par with these people who are like, global, worldwide. We've got offices in San Francisco, we've got offices in London, but it's like you're doing the exact same stuff and at that same high quality. How do you guys keep that up?
I appreciate that. I mean, we absolutely love and are thrilled with what we're doing. Like we're in, the middle of nowhere.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, a suburb of Dallas. And so I think we all have in common the fact that we're just looking at each other saying, what in the world? We just worked on a Disney project. Like, we just launched a product for Under Armour, so we're like freaking out in a giddy kind of like, none of us thought we would be doing this work without moving to New York or LA. And we're all just kind of looking at each other like, are you serious? We get to do this time around? Someone's going to pay us to do this? So we're pumped.
Yeah, and that speaking of that, it really goes to show that necessarily, there's a lot of people in the industry who think you have to go to LA or New York in order to do this work, and it goes to show, especially now in our industry, that's not necessarily true. You've got a bunch of freelancers who are all over the place, doing the exact same work for the same big companies all over.
Yeah, as you know, we are basically 100% internet-based. We don't have any Dallas clients. Every once in a while we have a Dallas client that'll pop up, but for the most part it's all remote, all internet based. And when we try to get meetings in person with people that we have worked with, we'll fly to a city, whether it's Portland or LA or New York. Sometimes the meeting happens, it gets scheduled, and then we arrive, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, something came up, can't meet," you know. And then we're in New York City being tourists instead of going to meet.
Oh, that's too rough.
So the in-person is great, but it hasn't been a barrier, and it really hasn't been an asset. If in-person meetings are happening for us, it's just something, but it's not necessarily, oh, thank God we met up in person. That led to all this new work.
So talk to me. Are you excited about the new news with Redshift?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you guys moved over to Redshift from Octane, what, a year or two ago?
I mean, it's been about 2 years, I would think. I might be losing time frames, but I think it's been a good 2 years.
Yeah, NAB has a tendency to do that to you. That's cool. So are you excited about the whole transition over and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to do anything with it yet. They said it's business as regular, but...
No, but I mean, if Redshift can take on the customer service and better licensing, then we're good, and it'll be amazing. But and it's great for Maxon too to be able to help out with Redshift, and then Redshift can focus on making and programming it to be amazing. So
cool, man. Well, where can people find you?
At Already Been Chewed on Instagram, www.alreadybeenchewed.tv on the web, or at Barton Damer, BartonDamer.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure we'll see you next NAB.
Cool.
For Mograph.com and iDesign.com, stick around for more interviews from the NAB showroom floors. Yeah.